Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and I hope everybody is having a great day or a great night. If you guys are, hit that like button. Also comment down below how your weekend has been going so far. As you guys already know, we are going to be talking about Hedera, aka Hbar, so sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I just want to ask guys to please hit that like button. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate it. And if you do find any of the information in this video valuable, useful, or interesting in any sort of way possible, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on to never miss a future update. But with all of that in mind, yes, we are seeing a little bit of a nice drop on Bitcoin. Of course, this is that formation that I've warned you guys about for weeks now, and I don't mean to say that to sound cocky or anything like that. No, I'm just saying in general, we have been talking about this, major correction on Bitcoin, and I shouldn't even say it's a major correction. It's more so of a pullback, healthy pullback, I should say as well. And while everyone's calling for, the end of the world, it's a cascading market, we're going down all the way to zero, blah, blah, blah. I'm really not too concerned at all. Right now, even on altcoins, like most alts are still in their nice strength points. We're going to be addressing that real quick. But first off, when we are talking about Bitcoin, so macro viewpoints, yes, we're right below my major fib level, which was the 236, which was at about 38.2k on the macro view. On the micro view, yes, we have a little bit of a different fib level here, which is of course the 382, aka the 37.8k zone. Of course, you can kind of change this a little bit if you want. You could have it, have a nice little bit of a reversal pattern here by doing something similar to this. But this is something where we are addressing still around the same exact levels. I could show you guys that real quick and really kind of address that on the chart. So 1 second, here you guys have it. So again, it's like around 37.9k, a little bit, I'm trying to get it exact, but it's so hard on this mouse right now. So, but anyways, it's around like 37.9k, 37.8 or 37,890. This is the level that we really want to hold, but of course on the macro view we are still ranging around that nice fib level anyway, so it doesn't really matter. This will be a total about a 17.41% pullback. If we do break down below this, of course we are eyeing about 36.8k, 35.7k, and then of course from there we do go to the all-time, or I shouldn't say the all-time low, I don't know why I wanted to say all-time low, but we should go to that low from of course January 24th. But I am hoping that we make a little bit of a higher low here and continue this formation similar to what we did back, of course, in September. This is what I'm waiting for us to really kind of do, and this is where I wanted to see us kind of hold at around the 39.7k zone, but of course we can't have everything. We still have to watch the fib levels, and I was expecting a little bit of this demand zone to be target anyways at around like 38.2 to 40.7k anyway, so any downside from here is still accepted because I still have capital on the sidelines from when I did warn you guys all about this. Now, I do want to talk to you guys about some major catalyst events for Hbar. So, Hbar is not out of the window yet. I mean, like, everybody's kind of throwing their money out of crypto right now, kind of just, selling and hodling into the US dollar, which I think is just a terrible idea currently, just because I think that we are still about to see a major altcoin market cap run on the entire altcoin market. And that is when we do see, of course, like the total 2 and stuff going crazy, of course, including even Ethereum. But when we are talking about, Hedera right now, we are still in this nice formation. I know that this is a little bit below my demand zone, which is totally fine. I'm not too concerned on that. But we're right around the point where we can start to really accumulate, more Hbar, because this is still that major point going back to, the August timeframe before we did officially start to break out and go to that all-time high. And of course, the golden level is still labeled on the chart at about like 35 to 38 cents until we do break over that. I'm not going to get too bullish on Hbar, but I will say we could talk about some catalyst events that will push us to that point. So let's just jump into it and let's talk about this. So first off, a ton of growth is happening for Hedera. That is not, to be, it can't be ignored. We're seeing massive growth in the NFT era. We're also seeing, even in terms of, hiring, we see here social media manager to run Hedera social accounts and own, both organic and paid social strategy. So we're going to see a lot more marketing happen in here, and of course you could read all about this if you guys do want to, if you guys want to apply, you guys are more than welcome to go apply. But you can really kind of see the position where they are currently. Like this is with Google Ads, Twitter Ads, LinkedIn Campaign Manager, Facebook Ads, even Reddit ads and other ad platforms. So this is all regarding, of course, major marketing, major, advertising as well. It's going to be, I would say this is going to be the major marketing transition where we do see Hedera marketing going crazy, and we do know that marketing is key for a lot of assets success, and I think that this is going to be very, very interesting, and I think it's going to be very, very fast in terms of the market growth for Hedera as well. Now, when we are talking about this, yes, this is going to be big, but what else is also going to allow for some major catalyst growth for Hedera? Well, of course, NFTs. Okay, NFTs are continuing to grow. I mean, even when we take a look at the NFT market, it is still sitting around like $41.2 billion. There's still a lot of money in this market because, of course, individuals love NFTs. NFTs are continuing to be the big thing. And we do see here, Hedera NFT drops. There's a ton happening in this month alone. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more, launches from major companies in this space, or even major project companies in this space. For an example, Saucer Swap is one to continue to be mentioned. They are launching very, very soon as well. I'm just very excited for a lot of these projects. I'm very excited for, of course, the NFT space for Hedera, because I think that this is going to give the Ethereum NFT space a run for its money. We've even seen Ethereum-based, NFT artists moving from, Ethereum to Hedera. And we also see here, Siki is on fire. What better way to introduce users to Web 3.0 and Hedera than through NFT music platforms like Siki app? This project is really ramping things up lately, and the star power attracted to it is just mind-blowing. And yes, I just talked to you guys a little bit about Siki. We're seeing some major individuals moving in on, of course, Siki. We do see here from Lil Durk and Moneybagg Yo. These are, 2.3 million followers and even 5.9 million followers. Like, this is huge. This is crazy. And even when we are talking about Siki, there's a lot of other artists, tied to this. Like, for example, Lil Baby, One Gunna. I mean, there's so much here. I mean, this is huge individuals' names when we are talking about, of course, the music industry. So, very excited for Siki. And guys, do not, and I say do not, disregard Siki app. I mean, this is something that's going to be very, very interesting. I talked to you guys about it. This is a multi-chain music streaming platform, and I definitely think that this is going to be very interesting. And of course, this is built on, Hedera. So again, pay attention to these, major apps that are, or I shouldn't even say apps, but platforms that are being built on Hedera, because this does provide a lot of volume, as well as, more eyes on projects like Siki that will eventually lead to, Hedera. And sorry, I didn't mean to click that again. And last but not least, now this is where things get very, very interesting. So I have been talking to you guys about MTech for a very long time, since like May of 2021. Now, I continue to talk about it because things are ramping up in, of course, the area of expertise in the digital banking scene, the digital currency scene in general, right? But we just hear from Carmel Cadet from, of course, MTech. Looks like the U.S. is going to need a regulatory sandbox, after all, for crypto, stablecoin, CBDC, innovation. Otherwise, we'll end up with one-size-fits-all regulations. Tech allows us to do better now. Let's, I guess, what is it? Tagar? I don't know what she was trying to say there. I am sorry. But overall, I guess when we are talking about, with everything that is happening within the U.S. in terms of the payment scene with CBDCs and stuff like that, yes, it is all talking about regulatory, standpoints, regulatory clarity for crypto as well. Regulations are coming, but the best part about this is all talking about, crypto regulations, stablecoins, CBDCs, and stuff like that. Issuance like that is going to happen on Ledger technology, and we do know that MTech has major ties to, of course, Hedera Hashgraph. Funny thing about this is that we even see here, we built regulatory APIs to unleash regulatory innovation, single APIs per fintech service type, no need for one-size-fits-all regulations for fintechs. And this is pretty big. Of course, this is coming from MTech. Test. MTech's regulatory APIs are designed for, your specific services. Fintechs can manage sandbox and compliance requirements in real time on a single platform. And of course, this is going to be very big for, those fintech companies. And we even see here, MTech and GIC have partnered to create a capacity building program that is designed for senior professionals from the entire financial services ecosystem in Nigeria to register/request. And of course, this is all for, regulators and financial sector providers. This is all talking about regulations. I want you to all understand right now what is happening from MTech's side of things. Okay, I talked to you guys about the Project New Dawn white paper multiple times on multiple occasions, right? This is everything that we have been talking about, even in terms of like XRP, right? A digital cash infrastructure, digitization of the banking scene. We all know that the legacy system is no longer working. We know that it is failed. It is, terrible in terms of its inefficiencies. There's a lot of money in this as well. Like we even see here, as of February 2020, $1.8 trillion in circulation. Now, this is talking more so, we see here, furthermore, cash is the most trusted, reliable, legal means of payment and allows for privacy in transactions. Last but not least, it is, the fail-safe form of money. But when we are talking about COVID and stuff, like it did really streamline the idea of CBDCs. We even see here the latest reports on central bank digital currencies were, pretty much from the various stakeholders such as the World Economic Forum, Central Bank of Bahamas, Digital Dollar Project, and the BIS report showcasing the cash-like or direct design architecture for CBDCs. Like all of this is happening right now. Like when we're talking about the legacy system, I talked to you guys about the inefficiencies even with, XRP and why we do need some sort of digital system in place, which of course is CBDCs. But this is all talking more so about financial inclusion, streamlining the process as well. I've talked to you guys about this, white paper, and I've actually broken it down. But the best part about this is we do see, tech collaborators, Hedera being named the major one here. This is what I've been addressing to you guys for a very long time. Like MTech has chosen Hedera specifically, and of course, I don't need to tell you guys exactly why. You guys could read all about it here. It is basically going to be the trust layer for MTech in terms of this area. Like we could even see, if we type in Hedera, here's interoperability. First off, gateway nodes or services could allow any financial institution to connect to the digital cash blockchain and utilize its infrastructure as cash becomes deposits and vice versa. The digital cash blockchain can be integrated with existing systems and does not require major retooling of the current banking system. This is why those API gateways, I talked to you guys about this even with Quant Network, right? QNT. API gateways or even gateway nodes are huge for the space because it does allow for plug and play pretty much without, of course, major retooling of, the legacy systems. But of course, further working with the Hedera Hashgraph network, we will develop further understanding on how to use interoperability to provide trust in the private CBDC network. And the private CBDC network, this is what I've been addressing even with XRP's XRP ledger, right? These central banks will need a private ledger. They will issue private CBDCs on these networks and have centralized control over that specific CBDC. They won't have centralized control over the network, but it will have a centralized control over a CBDC, being able to mint more of that CBDC, move that CBDC, etc., right? So of course, they would have to have all self-sovereign control over that, which is totally understandable. It's totally fine. But again, this is the new banking, system, if you will. This is the transition into the digitized era. And I know a lot of individuals are scared about this. I understand. Trust me, I get your concerns. But this is exactly why we are investing into this technology, because no matter what we do, we cannot stop this revolution. We are just going to be a part of it. So, with everything that is happening, I'm definitely going to be investing into Hedera and things like this that are going to provide the support, the technology, and of course the measurements that get us to that, reliance point, which is of course reliance on technology that is providing trust, interoperability, scale, etc. Right? And I don't need to tell you guys how big of a role, Hedera does play in this. They already tell you guys that exactly here. And of course, I love how it's perfectly positioned right next to Microsoft here. And, when we are talking about Microsoft, I've always addressed the idea that Microsoft will be probably at some point in time a GC member of Hedera. And of course, you guys can see Deloitte is here, which is of course, a major fund, hedge fund, company as well. But there's also some other players here, and Hedera, there's two individuals from Hedera here. And of course, again, perfectly positioned right next to Microsoft at the bottom here. But this is exactly what I've been talking about, right? This is what I've been addressing. And, Hedera has changed their entire website, which I also love, because this is the idea that first off, marketing is ramping up from Hedera's side of things, but also like you got to realize the things that have already been put in place in the past. And this is something from May. I've been talking to you guys about Hedera from May, and I know that a lot of individuals are continuing to tell me, yeah, but look at the price action. Look at the price action. Like here's May, right? We're we're basically under the prices going back to May. I get that, everyone's kind of disgruntled, maybe frustrated a little bit with the price action, but you guys have to look at the bigger picture here. You guys got to zoom out a little bit and see where we currently are in this market structure and where we are currently within this technology as well. Like even Hedera by itself, like Hbar by itself is extremely new. It's technically almost now 3 years old. It's going to be 3 years old in August. Okay? We are a 2-year network, a 2-year company, and look at everything that Hedera has already achieved. I mean, that's something that's incredible. Like, we are already 10 times faster than blockchain alternatives, carbon negative, always predictable gas fees as well, the greenest, most utilized DLT technology in the space, and they have massive partnerships with major players around the world, and individuals are still questioning, hey, is this still a good investment? I mean, if you have to question that, all you have to do is do some research, understand the technology, understand what you hold, because when we are comparing it and, comparing it to, Bitcoin and Ethereum, it seems, comical, right? Like, why are we even comparing this? This is like, comparing a Lamborghini to, pretty much a Prius, if you will. But the reason why we are comparing and contrasting this is because when we are talking about the next generation of crypto tech, we haven't seen anything come out that is, revolutionizing until now. Like we now have Hedera. And I don't say this because I'm biased or I'm an investor in Hedera, but there is nothing that is even close to Hedera's levels in terms of what they are providing, in terms of what they are doing, and the technology behind this. Like, I'm very excited, to say the least, to be an Hbar holder for as long as I possibly can be. Like, if I have to hold it for 5-10 years to become, financially free, that's totally fine with me, because I understand the technology behind this. I understand that things take time, things are being built, and if you don't see the things being built right now, I'm telling you guys, take a step back, do your own research, understand what Hedera is doing. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.